Welcome to my presentation on modeling cellular network infrastructure in Sumo. And as we all know, communication networks are becoming an increasing important part of our mobility system. So they they allow the vehicles, the roadside infrastructure, and also the vulnerable road users to be connected and to exchange information. And through this, we have a lot of applications such as online route guidance, safety hazard warnings, or traffic light information. So the main motivation is that cellular network infrastructure has not been natively modeled in Sumo so far. So we are interested to introduce this cellular network infrastructure layer, and which will in turn help in exchanging a lot of information about the network infrastructure itself. So moving forward, the outline of my presentation is like this. I will first talk a bit about the motivation, where I also give a brief introduction to the real world traffic scenario, the Ingolstadt traffic scenario, and the cellular V2X application scenarios there. And in the next step, I will be talking about coupling network simulator with Sumo. So far, considerable amount of work has been done where we couple the network simulators such as Omnet and NS3 along with Sumo. So here I will talk a bit about the CV2X communication model and also the channel description and the interference parameters that we have taken into account. And I will next talk about the workflow of how to generate this cell-specific information in Sumo itself. And in the next step, I will be talking about the evaluation scenario as a proof of concept, and it will be concluded by a summary. So enabling cellular V2X communication for Ingolstadt traffic scenario. In the last year's Sumo conference, we had a presentation on INTA's scenario, which was developed by my colleague Silas in the institute. And I have extended the same scenario in order to enable network coverage. So the motivation is to get a clear understanding of the portions of the road covered by cellular network. So which providers are operating, their frequency bands, whether they support sidelink communication and these kind of details. Also, retrieve the number of vehicles currently served by a certain base station in a specific cell. So there are regions where the cells are overlapping. And in those regions, although the vehicle is very much inside the coverage of the base station, it still experiences interferences. So this kind of information we can directly get from Sumo itself. So where the vehicle is actually located, whether it is inside the coverage or inside the overlapping regions. So we have used different colors over here to distinguish the different regions of cellular coverage. Also, one might argue that we already have something called point of interest feature in Sumo. So you can just put an eNode B and you can get the coordinates of the base station and also the coordinates of the vehicle, and you can compute the distance, which will say whether it is in coverage or not. Yes, this is a good way and also a basic way to find out. But by introducing an additional layer, we are able to clearly say whether even if the vehicle is inside the coverage, whether it is in the overlapping regions or whether it is currently having interference from different users in the neighboring cells or not. And also from the channel perspective, we can understand if there are any obstructions in the vehicle, in front of the vehicle, which is leading to poor signal quality. So this sort of information is useful when we model the cellular infrastructure natively in Sumo. And exactly, so develop a better understanding of the cell coverage, interference characteristics, and within the cell close to the base station, cell borders, overlapping regions, etc. Coupling network simulator with Sumo. So in the cellular V2X, we have three communication interfaces, uplink, downlink, and sidelink. And for V2V communication, we use the SPECI5 interface, where the vehicle directly exchanges information with another vehicle. But when the vehicle is inside the network coverage, the vehicles are located within the proximity range of the base station, and the radio resource allocation is done by the base station. And outside the region of network coverage, the vehicle autonomously selects from the pool of resources, and it carries out communication on the PC5 interface. And we have coupled with Artery-C, which is a network simulator that we have developed. And here we have the facilities layer where different types of V2X messaging formats are supported, and it supports both IP-based and non-IP-based traffic. And in the next comes the network and the transport layer and the cellular V2X access technology. So here we have modeled the PDCP, RLC, MAC, and the physical layer in detail. And additionally, we have also modeled the control plane, which is responsible for mode switch control, that is the in coverage and out of coverage mode, and cell search and mode selection and system information acquisition. Considering the modeling of network infrastructure in Sumo, I would like to talk about the signal to interference noise ratio here, and the factors affecting a channel, the channel characteristics, especially with respect to V2X communication, are multipath propagation, which causes frequency selectivity, fading caused by fast mobility of the vehicles, which leads to time selectivity. So already we have some statistical models to model both frequency and time selectivity, which we have done it in our protocol stack. And along with this comes the geometrical aspects, the obstructions in front of the vehicles. And to model the geometrical aspects, we can go with geometry-based deterministic channel model or stochastic channel model. And deterministic here is more accurate, especially in terms of modeling the geometry, the outline of the obstructions in front of the vehicle, whether it is a building or a tree or maybe some other vehicle, etc. And in the stochastic channel model, we are considering only the statistical properties of the obstructions. And currently, Artery-C supports geometry-based stochastic channel models, along with ITU, pedestrian A, B, vehicular AB channel model. So considering the interferences, like I said, that we have modeled base stations of different operators, and we have also considered the regions of overlapping base stations. So here, when you have two base stations, for example, the vehicles C and D, which are located inside very close to the base station, do not experience any interference from other users. However, the vehicles which are located in the overlapping regions A and B, these two vehicles can experience interference from the neighboring cells. So especially when they are on the same frequency. And with inter-cell interference coordination, the eNode B carefully selects the frequencies such that this sort of overlapping does not happen. And we have modeled both these scenarios. And because this is an important aspect, in order to demonstrate the feature of the network infrastructure in Sumo, we have conducted simulations to understand how the interference is caused and how these two vehicles are able to, with interference coordination, how they are able to select non-overlapping frequency bands. Modeling cellular coverage in Sumo. In this section, I'll be describing about the workflow and what exactly we have modeled. So a cellular site consists of 3 hexagonal cells served by one eNode B. And here you can see 3 cells here, and there is a base station. And the inter-site distance, that is the distance from one base station to another base station, over here is 500 meters for an urban macro cell. So in CV2X, we have different types of cells, microcell, macrocell, picocell, etc. And for the INTA scenario, we have considered the Ingolstadt Mitte, where we have urban macro cells, and the sector angle over here is 120 degrees. So this, you can see such cells in the figures over here, and how we generate these cells. So basically we have this Ingolstadt net.xml file, and we load the network with the Sumo library. And in the cell sites.csv file, here we feed all the details about different base stations. And this is basically taken from a crowdsourcing website called CellMapper. And we consider the details such as operating frequencies, the uplink, downlink, and sidelink frequencies. And also, it is to be noted that not all base stations support sidelink. So we have considered the operators which support sidelink and also the operators which do not support sidelink. And this information is eNodeB is first modeled as a point of interest. And for that point of interest, we load this information, both regarding the base station, the transmit power, the receiver sensitivity, etc. And from this cell sites.csv. And here we have to perform a conversion, so geo coordinate to Sumo network coordinate. And then we, once we get the eNodeB coordinates, we write a script in Python to create the hexagonal geometry. And also we consider those, the script also considers the regions of overlapping cells, and the cell vertices then appear in the Sumo network file. And the next step is...
Sorry to interrupt, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Okay, so once we have the cell geometry, the idea is to retrieve the vehicles which are located inside the cell. For that, we first get the lanes which are located within the cell coverage, and from the lane ID list, we retrieve the vehicle ID list. And then we write it to an XML file, and this automatically generates this cell sites.add.xml, which is then fed into the Sumo config file to generate. And once the network is loaded, the cells also appear inside the Sumo network. And in order to evaluate this, we have considered a simple V2V broadcast scenario for both in coverage and out of coverage mode. And you can observe the network parameters here. And then by considering two cases of interference, that is with coordination of intercell interference and without coordination of intercell interference, we have generated this network coverage map. So you can observe that the orange regions are the regions with good SINR between 10 to 15 dB. And the blue shades are the regions where the vehicle is slightly located far away from the base station, or also in the overlapping region between two base stations. So here the SINR is around 5 dB. And as it goes in the dark blue regions represent those regions where there is no network coverage, or rather poor SINR. And I would like to share some screenshots where you can see the points of interest, the eNodeBs over here, and also the hexagonal geometry along with the orange region represents the overlapping regions between the base stations. And some of the parameters that we are retrieving for the base stations are the bands, whether it supports duplex mode, half duplex or full duplex, and the interfaces, the eNodeB coordinates, the provider, and support for sidelink. And this for the cell specific information, we have the cell ID. So the hexagonal unit is called a cell. So these blue color hexagons over here. And you have the cell ID, cell number, the downlink, uplink frequencies, and the RSRP. So summarizing, I would like to say that it's a first approach to natively model urban macro cell environment in Sumo. And by introducing a cellular coverage layer, you can, the traffic model is aware of the network coverage situation and also the link quality. And this calculates the signal and interference in every region of the cell site. And addition of cell specific parameters helps us to simulate different CV2X scenarios involving handovers, radio resource monitoring, allocation, and resource utilization. And I can also say that you can adopt the same workflow to any other existing traffic scenario in Sumo. So that it can be expanded to, right now we are using it for INTAS, but it can also be expanded to any other traffic scenario. Thank you.